If you're excited to get your first look as to what the X-Men are going to look like in Avengers Doomsday, specifically their comic-accurate outfits, well, some concept art for the film of the X-Men has allegedly leaked. So let's talk about comic accuracy. Okay, so in this video, we are going to be breaking down the brand new leaks of some X-Men outfits from, well, Avengers Doomsday and possibly Avengers Secret Wars. Now, this is concept art that's been leaked, so we got a couple of characters. Actually, we got a few characters here that we're going to go over. And quite obviously, with these, we see the anti-Fox approach to outfits and the Marvel Studios approach, if you will, aka following in the footsteps of the likes of Deadpool and Wolverine. Comic accuracy is the name of the game. So let's start with Deadpool, who's gotten an upgrade. Possibly, maybe, question mark, I don't know. Either way, though, we see a suit that's very similar to what he's worn before. Although, again, if you're going with concept art, which we've seen plenty of times, there's liberties taken with it and a couple additions. The only thing that really jumps out here to me, it's that the costume's a little bit more red in nature and there's a little bit more separation on different parts of the suit. But overall, it looks more or less the same to me. That's kind of how I'm feeling about it. Nothing new that's like revolutionary or anything like that. Now, of course, if these are real, maybe that's with intent, maybe not. Maybe he wears the outfit he's worn before and then he comes back with a new one, which would make sense, as obviously you want to change things up, and that's exactly how you deal with incremental upgrades when you got an outfit that's about as perfect as you can imagine it going from comics to live action. So with that in mind, let's jump on to Wolverine. So with Wolverine, we got an outfit here that's a lot more comic accurate, and I put that in quotation marks because, it's comic accurate as much as the Deadpool and Wolverine outfit was, but this one, of course, is a lot more in line with the comics and like the 90s cartoon, if you will. And this right here, honestly, to me, looks like one of the concept arts we saw for Deadpool and Wolverine that didn't quite make it in. And we've heard that they want to go back to that design and just do something a lot more comic accurate with the new X-Men universe where all the X-Men are coming from, like the Incursion one. So this would honestly make a whole lot of sense if you think about it. Now, on the other side of this, we got Professor X. Obviously, Charles Xavier here in his chair. This one, a lot more tech-based and a lot more, how do I put this? Futuristic in nature. Now, I find it weird that he's got his legs crossed here, considering his legs don't work. So possible telltale sign of AI or just concept art that's not representative. I'm not sure. Whatever the case is, this look is different. I will give it that. Not a fan of the chair, what he's wearing, the green. Like none of this is clicking with me. And also, he looks much younger. So maybe that's a dead giveaway that this is, in fact, not real. With that in mind, let's move on to the next one, which is Nightcrawler. So Nightcrawler, obviously played by Alan Cumming. We see that he's as comic accurate as you can get with this outfit. Obviously, the face is still very much Alan, you can tell. And, he's wearing that signature red outfit that Nightcrawler wears. You see the design going down the arms and whatever, the hands, the feet and everything. I quite like this design. Like, even if this is fake, my hope is that Marvel just does exactly this. Like, in my mind, this is the exact design that you want to see in the final version of the film. And speaking of final versions, I mean, Gambit doesn't get much better than what we had in Deadpool and Wolverine, but slight modifications can go a long way. So if this turns out to be real, it's just slightly adding more color, more separation with color. Obviously just outfitting him a little bit more, but yeah, it's pretty much on point, and I would say exactly what you want from Gambit. Nothing missing that I can see. So this would be pretty great, and we know he's in the film. So we're hoping that, we get a lot more of him than just one cool highlight scene like we had in, well, Deadpool and Wolverine. And finally, let's jump on to Magneto, my absolute favorite. Now, everybody knows Marvel Studios and Marvel Studios lines. I have been pointing those out since literally this channel started. I said there's a pattern to everything, there's lines everywhere. The lines always match up and they always look good. It's exactly why DC Studios is using the Marvel design philosophy, as James Gunn knows that design works. So here what we're seeing is Magneto, again, Ian McKellen, and it's looking a lot more comic accurate. So let's start at the bottom and work our way up. So right off the bat, you can see boots. Obviously, the purple and different shades are there. And as we make our way up, you got the kneecaps and knee pads, which I think, honestly, looks pretty good. And then once we move on to the quadriceps, you see a little embellishment, let's put it that way, of muscle, because let's be real, Ian McKellen, if he's going to be like this, he's going to be wearing a muscle suit, which, again, that's fine. Magneto looks pretty jacked for an old man, the way they draw him anyway. But notice the line going up the quad, which I think is really interesting. And if I was to believe any of the concept art, this would be the one that I believe is the most accurate. Going on to the middle piece and the belt, it's pretty thick. And then you move on into the abdomen, and you see all those lines and separations exactly where Marvel would put them, including the separation in the shoulder, in the medial and front delt, which again does work. You look at the collar, everything there follows a comic accurate Marvel design pattern. Going up into the neck, again, the same thing you will see in Daredevil, Vision, everybody, the way it's styled. And then, of course, you got the helmet, which is comic accurate and as good as what we got in First Class with the end helmet, and the one we saw Sebastian wear as well with the silver. Like a accurate design, as accurate as can be. So then we pull back and we look at the bigger picture as a whole. If any of these were real, and again, we don't know, I would say that this one has the makings of being the most real and accurate. Just because I just broke down exactly what to you, it has all the markings of an MCU design. Now, either it's a really good edit and really good parameters given to AI, or this is a legitimate possible leak of concept art. I really don't know, and I'm not sure either way. So I think if we were to get any of these, I think fans will be happy and, full of joy just with how accurate and great they look. But at the same time, you gotta think about the fact that, as I said in the other video talking about the set photo leaks, probability of it being fake is getting higher and higher because AI is getting better and better. So stay vigilant. I'll do my best to do breakdowns like this and talk about what I think and break them down. And as I said in this video, I think you guys can figure out which one I think would be the most unlikely fake. And even with that in mind, if your parameters are good enough, and you're good enough at Photoshop, and we know people are, still easy to fake. Thank you for checking out that video, and thank you for your continued support. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, do whatever you will, and if you're so inclined and would like some additional content from us, which includes unfiltered content and bonus discussions, we do offer exclusively in our member section. We hope to see you there. So thank you for watching, and have a good one.